The reaction in Newport tonight from America's yachting fraternity? Disbelief. Brian Barron, who's reported the whole America's Cup series, is in Rhode Island.
The worst fears of the New York Yacht Club came true when Australia 2 crossed the line 41 seconds ahead. All summer the club, jealously guarding the trophy they've held since 1851, tried to get the Australians penalised or disqualified for their wing keel. That didn't work. So in the last few days, the New York Yacht Club, liberally interpreting their own rules, allowed their yacht Liberty to make several major adjustments to weight and trim, much to the anger of the Australians. Here in Newport, the large Australian contingent have now begun to celebrate, and the New York Yacht Club have to make arrangements to hand over the trophy, which is still secured to a stand in their club rooms by a 4-foot steel bolt. The unanswered question tonight is, will the America's Cup be given a new name?
Well, Brian Barron in Australian Rhode Island tonight, and now briefly the rest of today's news. 21 IRA terrorists are still on the run tonight after the escape from the Maze prison. 9 are convicted murderers. 17 others have been caught. The Reverend Ian Paisley said he'd been told by the Northern Ireland Secretary that the outer prison gates had been left open. A senior prison officer had said security at the Maze leaked like a sieve, but that was denied by other officers. The Conservative Monday Club called for the resignation of Nicholas Scott, the minister responsible for prisons in Northern Ireland. Tonight, the search for the missing men goes on, the biggest security operation in the history of the province. And we've just heard that the father of Raymond Gilmore, the Supergrass, has been released by his IRA kidnappers. Mr. Patrick Gilmore had been held for 10 months in an attempt to force his son to withdraw his evidence. President Reagan has told the United Nations a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought. He outlined his proposals for slowing down the nuclear arms race. He said American warheads around the world might not necessarily have to match those of the Soviet Union. He agreed to talk about limits on bombers capable of nuclear attacks, and he said the number of Pershing II rockets to be based in Europe might be reduced. Mrs. Thatcher has given her support to the President. The Prime Minister, who's in Ottawa at the beginning of her North American tour, said the next step was up to the Russians. Tonight, Radio Moscow said the President was offering nothing new. The Lebanese have been enjoying their first day of peace for 3 weeks. The ceasefire is still holding after 19 hours. Prime Minister Shafiq al-Wazan has offered his cabinet's resignation, something opposition groups had demanded. But President Gemayel has asked him and the government to stay on for the time being. The poet laureate Sir John Betjeman has had a serious heart attack. He's in London's Brompton Hospital, where a spokesman said tonight that he was not yet out of danger. Sir John, who also has Parkinson's disease, is now in the Cardiac Investigation Unit. Pat Phoenix is leaving Coronation Street. She's been playing the part of Elsie Tanner for almost 20 years. At her home tonight, Miss Phoenix confirmed that she would not be renewing her contract, which expires in November. And that's it on a night when a little sporting history has been made. And here's how they celebrated at Australia House in London tonight.
Now on BBC1 with a critical view of contemporary cinema, here's Barry Norman and film 83.